Hi everyone. Let's do some equilibrium question today, shall we? Okay, to start, let's see the question. Consider the following reaction at equilibrium. So we have our equilibrium reaction, and the enthalpy is a negative number, which means it's an exothermic, right? Exothermic. Okay. So, Lee-Cherrier principle predicts that the equilibrium partial pressure of carbon monoxide can be maximized by doing what? Okay, so we want to maximize the carbon monoxide. Okay, let's write the equation again. Gas, 2CO gas plus O2 gas. Okay, so what we are trying to do is we want to maximize the carbon monoxide here, right? So to maximize the carbon monoxide, that means our reaction should be going to the right. And let's look at each of the option to see which one is going to help our reaction to go to the right. Okay, so first of all, it's all about either temperature and pressure. So to do, because we're doing temperature and pressure, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to put the delta H in the equation itself. So when you have a negative value or exothermic, what does it mean? It means energy is being released, right? Exothermic means energy is being released, while endothermic means energy being absorbed. So because our energy here is being released, that means the delta H is going to be on the product side because energy is being released. Okay, so now when we are increasing our temperature, right? When we are, let's say what happened when we increase temperature and what happened when we decrease the temperature. So when we increase the temperature, right, that means we are increasing this delta H, right? So if we are increasing this delta H, that means the reaction wants to lower it. That means what? It's going to go to the opposite side, right? It's going to go to the reverse side. So if we increase if you increase temperature, that means that our reaction will want to go to the left, okay, or reverse reaction. And if we decrease if we decrease temperature, if we decrease this part, right, if we decrease it, it wants to go to the right, okay? So let's look at what happened when it goes to the right and what happened when it goes to the left. When it goes to the left, which is this one, that means it's going to start producing carbon dioxide, CO2 more because it's going to the left, right? But when it goes to the right, now it's producing carbon monoxide and oxygen gas more. And we know that in this particular question, we want to increase our carbon monoxide. That means our reaction is supposed to go to the right. That means it has to decrease in temperature. Okay, low temperature. So whatever that has high temperature, we can cut it off. High temperature, cut it off. High temperature, cut it off. Okay, so I hope you understand how the enthalpy and temperature can change the equilibrium sides, okay, whether it's gonna go to forward or reverse. Okay, now let's do the pressure. Okay, so let's just write again our formula. Sorry, our chemical equation. Okay, now for pressure, right? For pressure and volume, okay? Pressure and volume, they both have the same kind of the same rules, okay? So for pressure, right? If you increase the pressure, equilibrium moves to the lower mole. Okay, just bear with me for a sec. And when you decrease the pressure, equilibrium moves to the higher mole. Okay, what do I mean by this? What do I mean by higher mole, lower mole? Okay, so you can see that we have on the product side, we have 2 plus 1, right? So on the product side, we have 3 moles. Okay, so on the product, we have total of 3 mole, while on the reactant, we have 2 moles, right? Just this one. So when you increase the pressure, equilibrium will once you move to the lower mole, which means it's going to move to the left. And when you decrease the pressure, it wants to move to the higher mole. That means to the right, because in the product we have 3, which is smaller. So basically it's going to change based on a chemical reaction. Okay, so because we want to produce maximum of what? Carbon monoxide, we want the reaction to go to the right, which has more moles. So to make it go to the higher mole, we need to decrease the pressure. So the correct answer is A, at low temperature and low pressure. Thank you for watching.